It's another edition of Lichess Plays. Let's get it started here. Over 50 challenges, it looks like. Good job getting in early, everyone. How many exactly? 73. Okay. Geek Trap, you're up first. The very first opponent of the day. Just a reminder, we're on both YouTube and Twitch. So simultaneously streaming on both of those sites. Greetings to our viewers on both platforms. I was chatting with the YouTube audience right before I went live. I said, get those challenges in. So greetings to Ben, John, Mr. Penguin, Maya, Albin. Hello, no shortcuts as well. Let's play E5 here. Hello, Jean. Also, Cypher. Yeah, and greetings to JK Beaky, BD Gambitier, and Teronar. First time chatter, Teronar. Says, morning, John. Yeah, it's actually afternoon for me. But good morning if it's morning for you. Maybe you're on the west coast of the U.S. 2 bits, hello. All right, let's play. I'll go knight f6. Kind of adopting a check Pirtz type setup. Yeah, thank you, Stu Unger. Thank you. Fascinating character, Stu Unger, by the way. I've read about him. I think I watched a documentary about him, too, at one point. Hello, Korean Knife. Okay, cool. Yeah, just a reminder in terms of the challenges. So I'm selecting the challenges randomly from the players who have challenged so far. So there's no priority given to when you challenge, how often you challenge. No, there's no priority whether you're a sub or not. Everyone has an equal chance of getting selected. So if you're going to be tuning in for this stream or you're going to be near your computer and want a game, I'd recommend just sending the challenge. Might as well. How do I rate the audience's chance of beating me today? Well, you know, last week I almost had a perfect score against you guys, but then in the blindfold game, I hung a rook and my opponent got a draw. I think that was the only blemish last week. There were some close calls, though. I kind of think someone's going to step up here in one of these upcoming weeks. Could it be today? We'll see. Let's give a check here. I'm up a pawn in this position. All right. Hello, Siddharth. Says hi from India. Yes. Greetings to our Indian viewers. Hello, William Bostock. Also, Finn, Edward, Michael, and Chess and Sports. Thanks, everyone. Rook B8. Also, if you send a challenge, make sure it's a 3-0 challenge. 3 plus 0, so no increment. Any other challenge will be ignored. I will have to abort the game if I remember to do so. And it can be casual or rated. No preference there. So casual or rated, either one's fine. Okay. White's playing pretty reasonably here, I think. Let's do this. White could maybe take this pawn. It looks excessively risky, though. But maybe they could try it. Takes that one first. Okay, let's recapture. Do I have any Turkey Day plans? Yeah, so American Thanksgiving is coming up. Okay, white does take here. Let me think how I want to play against this. I was thinking bishop f6. It does hang this, but then I can take here. I think white's going to have a hard time castling. There's also this move. I have a feeling this move is pretty strong as well. That might... but then castles. Yeah, let's go with this one. I think I like this one. Geek Trap is way better than their rating, by the way. I'm going to guess they don't play much Blitz. Yeah, their rapid is higher. Not a whole lot of games, probably, but I can tell 766, they're definitely better than that. But yeah, as far as my plans, so I'll be spending it here with family, just locally. And then the day after, so that would be Friday, I am going to Charlotte, North Carolina for the U.S. Masters. I'm going to be hanging out there. I'm not actually playing the tournament, but I'm going to be doing some simuls, a couple lectures, a blitz tournament that they have planned. So if anyone happens to be going to that event, I think they're expecting like 500 plus players because in addition to the U.S. Masters tournament going on, which has an enormous amount of IMs and GMs playing, by the way, FMs and NMs as well. There's also the North Carolina Open, so that will also attract some players. So if anyone's out there, definitely say what's up. Yes, thanks for the game, Geek Trap. Thank you, thank you. I think you did all right. You lost a pawn in the center and then took e5. Again, it does seem risky, but I can see why you did it. I think you should probably castle right around here. Something along those lines. Try to get your king to safety. But at least this did hit both these points. And let's see what the engine wants me to do. Did I play it correctly? Bishop f6. Yeah, pretty good. Also likes bishop a6. Ah, that's a nice move. Didn't look at bishop a6. That connects the rooks. And this bishop's immune from capture because of rook e8. So I can see how that's strong as well. Yeah, this is too much. Too much pressure. So idea, if white takes here, I was going to go bishop takes a1. Apparently not even the best move. But that was the plan. But then, okay, castles, and this is hit. White can hang the knight because they do pick up my bishop. It's still a game. All right, thanks for the game. But yeah, maybe make more of a concerted effort to castle early on. Next game. Hey, Sally Bovic. Good to see you. Ooh, this is our 10th game. This is the adoption game, Sally. You got to put up full effort. Good luck. Hello, John Carter. Have I played with the circle/disguise pieces on Lichess? No, I saw something about that feature, but I haven't played with those yet, Jay Beaky. Yes, it is. All right, what should I play? Let's play a con. We'll go e6. Greetings, Bakus. Yeah, Amon will be out there too, isn't he? Or he will be. Amon Hamilton of the Chess Bras. Hello, Pascal. Thanks for tuning in from Germany. Also, Finn from the UK. I have not seen the video yet, Richard. No, I'm sorry. Oh, thank you, Eric. Good to hear that. Glad you've been liking the content. That's been useful. Okay, I'm going to throw in bishop b4. I think this is a handy move to toss in. Just see what Sally wants to do with the knight. The random selection system is mean. It probably can feel that way sometimes, huh? Yes, maybe today will be the day you get the chance. Absolutely. Okay, now I'm going to take this way. I think this is usually the play. One thing you got to watch out for, so if I play like e5 here, which is a standard move, knight d5 or knight b5 is kind of annoying. I think I actually want to drop this back. I feel like I played this exact position before. I've kind of gotten to that point in chess where I have this feeling sometimes like I can't recall specifically what game or when I had a certain position, but I have this strong feeling like I actually played that position before. Maybe knight a4 was decent there. I should probably play b5 to stop knight a4. The randomizer's been keeping you out for many weeks now. Oh, yeah, the struggle. And then some people, the randomizer seems to love, right? It continuously rewards them with games. Okay, a4. Interesting moment here. I'm thinking b4 and possibly knight g4 to come. Attack the bishop. Hello, Pizza Racer, tuning in from Sweden. Very nice. Yeah, let's go knight g4. See what this bishop wants to do. Will Salibovic let me take it? Or will they move it? In which case, maybe I can get something like bishop c5 going. Some pressure here. Seems annoying. Okay. Yeah, let's play bishop c5. Target this. So I would expect white to put the rook here. And then maybe a5. I feel like that's a good move because it's going to solidify b4. It's also going to allow for bishop a6. Attacking the rook. Adoption incoming? You have no faith in Sally, huh? Could have also tried something like queen b6 or queen a7, but I think that's pretty easily dealt with. So we'll just play it like this. Yeah, now I don't think I want to do this. This is usually not a trade that you're thrilled to make. If here, take, and white gets 2 minor pieces, so let's just drop back. Knight f6. Hello, West. Good to see you. West was in my stream last night. I was watching Magnus and Daniel Naroditsky play Blitz, and I think they must have had a long match because I streamed for about 2.5 hours when they were playing. They were playing on chess.com, 3-minute Blitz. And then I rated Grandmaster Gari, if you guys watch him, Grandmaster Gari. And I think he was streaming the match for about 2.5 hours as well. And then I went to sleep. So they must have been playing for quite a while. Hello, The Truth. Greetings. The score when I went to bed was like, what was it? I think it was something like 39.5 for Magnus to 14.5 or 15 for Danya. Magnus was in pretty good control in that match, but that's not surprising. That's Magnus being Magnus. Abelheat says Magnus 46, Danya 18. And they were playing 3-minute Blitz, by the way. So that's a long time. Thank you, Abelheat, for the clarification. Magnus 46, Danya 18. Yeah, and the funny thing was, both those guys, I got to speed up here a little bit. Both those guys had played a competition yesterday, too, right? So Magnus, he clinched the Meltwater Championship, the entire tour. He played out of his mind there. And I think he wrapped it up like a day in advance, basically. And Danya, I think there was a Lichess titled arena yesterday. He won that. Those guys are so dedicated. They were like, nah, that's not enough chess. We need to play more. Okay, I'm trying to take down Sally here. Let's get the pawns, or get the pawn advancing. Let's just not stalemate him. No stalemate. I'm just going to take that pawn. I was going to play queen takes h5. All right, welcome to the family, Sally. GG. Welcome. The 10-0. Sally's a great sport. Thanks for challenging. Oh, thank you, Cha-Cha, by the way. What is this? This is chess. This is chess. Kramnik wins. It's a board game that's been played for centuries. And we're playing it in digital form. And yeah, okay, so let's check real quick here. I think maybe one of your best chances in the opening was right here. I think you played reasonably so far. Maybe knight a4. Yeah, trying to use this b6 square. Because one thing I've noticed about this line, sometimes these pawns start creeping up the board. It can get unpleasant for white. Because you don't quite have as much pawn play as black does. Never heard of it. Some people watching this probably wish they've never heard of chess. Just kidding. But you know, chess can be a love-hate relationship for many people. So yeah, knight a4, I like this. I probably would have reacted with knight d7 and then tried to kick you. But it looks interesting. Yeah, maybe here. Maybe put some additional pressure. Felt like in the middle game, I'm getting a little something here. And I think big mistake here, right? Probably no surprise. That does walk into the bishop a6 idea. Looks like the engine wants you to start undermining here, which I think does make sense. c3. So thank you very much for the game, Sully. Looking forward to your challenge yet again. DK Hubler. All right. Good luck to you. Hello, Luke. Greetings. Let's play d4, d6. John, did you see the photo of Ronaldo and Messi with the chess set? Yes, I did. Yeah, the Louis Vuitton ad. It was all over social media. If you logged into social media at all yesterday and were looking at anything chess, almost a certainty you saw it. Hey, what's up, DeReuter? It's a pretty cool photo for sure. All right, bishop b7. I'm just trying to develop logically here. White is too. Neither side doing anything super impressive yet, I'd say. Just a normal game. Knight e1. Knight e1. All right, let's play h6. I'm just curious if white's going to take my knight or not. A lot of directions I could go here. I mean, I think he's trying to go bishop here. So let's play e4. Let's shut down bishop f3. Was the board set up correctly in the messy pick? Well, from what I've read, they're playing on a suitcase, by the way. It's like a Louis Vuitton suitcase. And the ranks like aren't quite right. So it's not exactly like a normal board, but it's pretty darn close. The position on the board, though, does highly resemble a Magnus versus Hikaru game from, I think, Norway Chess 2017. So someone pointed that out. I first saw Peter Heine Nielsen pointing that out, who's one of Magnus's longtime seconds. So he probably recognized that. So that's an interesting angle if they did take inspiration from that Magnus versus Naka game. Apparently, they weren't even in the same room, though, Ronaldo and Messi, when they took that picture. It was like a digital stitching together, which I found kind of funny, but probably not unexpected. Hello, Bahia. The game in pieces made no sense in that photo. It was pretty close. It was pretty close. But I mean, given that they're playing on a suitcase and not an actual board, it was going to be a little messed up. Oh, there was an interview with Magnus about that? Interesting. Okay, I need to speed up here. I think my position's fine, but I need to play a little faster. Do I know if Ronaldo and Messi can actually play chess? I do not know that. I do not. Would be interesting to find out. Hi, John. Any advice for aspiring coaches? 1700 FIDE. Interesting. Yeah, I guess it depends who you're coaching, whether it's kids or adults. Maybe you can give me some more information. Doncic says he likes chess. Yeah, I saw that as well. That was a nice quote from Luka Doncic. They were asking him about, like, is he following what's going on at Twitter with Elon Musk? And he's like, no, I just play chess on my phone. That was a great answer. Let's attack here. Okay, I'm starting to even up the time situation. That's good. DK Hubler has these nice pawns, but remember, with great space comes great responsibilities in chess. Ooh, and that's going to drop a key pawn. Let's take here. Could have taken with the bishop as well, but we'll do it this way. And let's just start probing. We'll go here. I think long term I want to put pressure here, but my bishop is so nice in this position. I can just park it on e5 for the time being. Let's try to checkmate. Maybe he'll play g3 and hang the queen. More likely he'll trade. Hello, Ib. Greetings. This should be a technically winning position. Up a pawn, better structure. Not a whole lot for white to do. They could try to target this pawn. That's about the only thing, but that's pretty easily dealt with. This or this. Let's play g6. I'm just going to give my king a little more room. h5. Get some pawns off of dark squares. Really take your time in these positions. There's no rush. When you have a strategic advantage, typically the onus is not on you to try to prove it. You know, don't feel the need to convert too quickly. If anything, the onus is on your opponent to try to change the tide of the position. So just slow and steady progress. That's the name of the game. All right. Thank you, DK, for the game. Yeah, I think pretty balanced one up until around here. Yeah. So just lost sight of the D pawn. Let's check the engine. I think it's going to say pretty much level. Yeah. Tiny, tiny pull for black, but that's not much. It's hardly anything. 10th or 2 of a pawn. We're not going to sweat. So, yeah, that's what it came down to. I think after that, it's an important pawn because your center structure is shattered. This pawn becomes isolated. The position is lost after that. Oh, you had some support in the chat from Kramnik Wins. Thanks for the game. Good one. All right, we're up to 90 challenges. Can we get over 100? Blundering Noob. So here's a player, Blundering Noob, that is quite consistent, shows up every week, challenges, and the algorithm, I guess, is rewarding them. It is random. As far as I know, this algorithm is random. But if you challenge every week, you're going to get a game sooner or later. 100%. Well, I shouldn't say 100%, but you know what I mean. Very likely. They asked Magnus if Messi/Ronaldo are like him and Hikaru, like him and Hikaru, and you can tell Magnus wanted to say Hikaru isn't on that level. They asked Magnus that? All right, should I squeeze here? Let's go C5. Let's see how Blundering reacts against that. I think Queen E6 will be played. Yep. I feel like something energetic here is good, like E4. I don't know. I just have this feeling that this is the move. Opens up this. Probably take here now. Take, knight C3. Looks like a lot of momentum, you know? Bit of a tricky position. Here. I guess I should take, because if I go here, black actually can take this one. Yeah, so I should probably capture here. Just making sure I don't get, like, checked. Oh, Blundering. You played that too fast. That was a pre-move, it looks like. Got to be careful in these erratic positions early on. Time for a photo of Magnus and Hikaru on the soccer field? Right. The reversal. Okay, thanks, Blundering Noob, for the game. So, Bishop G4, I think this is perhaps playable, but I don't really trust it because you do open up white's possibility of like C4 and Queen B3, or in the game, Queen A4. The queen side, and specifically B7, can get kind of loose when you move this light square bishop early on in a D4 game. So that's what I'd caution you against in the future. I think most flexible here is just knight F6. Just develop and go from there. Keep your light square bishop back for the moment. Okay, thanks for the game. In too cold. It's our first game against one another. Good luck. Thanks, everyone, for challenging to 3-minute. Always appreciated. I will look into that video, Basid. Absolutely. Jobava London incoming. Bishop F4, there we go. All right, I'm going to play the most buzzkill move possible against the Jobava here. A6. Stop any knight B5 shenanigans. I like the Jobava myself, but I think in this fashion, black can shut down a lot of white's fun. Okay, F3, definitely possible. Let's go E6. So white's probably going to expand. Pretty typical stuff. Bishop D3 usually played now. You can chase a little bit too. John, has anyone told you you look a bit like Wolverine / Hugh Jackman? Yes. That's been a frequent topic of discussion on my channel, especially the more I grow my hair out. Ooh, Tafaska says the algorithm is not random. It's only random on the first 50 challenges. Assuming you play around 25 games each stream, 6 minutes each for 2 hours and a half. Well, this is only 2 hours, so I usually get about 20 games, 19 to 20 games, I'd say. Then if you always challenge already, you have 50% chance of playing a game. Do you know that for a fact, Tafaska, that it's only random for the first 50 challenges? And what does that mean exactly? Can you clarify? Because I think we do have a pretty good mix of opponents that we get. But I do wonder, like, so it only shows 50 here, but there are more than 50 in here. And I'm pretty sure everyone beyond 50 like have an equal chance of getting selected. If not, we got to look into changing that. You check the code? All right. We'll have to get one of the Lichess mods on that. We will get someone like Lopare on it to verify. Is John not accepting challenges? No, I am. Feel free to challenge me. Fins is my username. Ooh, and this is an in-between move, but that is not going to work out well because this comes with check. And White saw it right after they played it. Yeah, thanks for the game, Into Cold. So in this situation, I would actually recommend not playing h5. You should go bishop d3 right away. Because after the capture, let's say you take it with the queen. You could also take it with the pawn if you want. But let's say you take it with the queen. It's kind of nice to have the h-pawn uncommitted because you might want to play g5 in the future. So like if white goes here, castles, connects the rooks, you might want to go g5 in the future. When you play h5, the g5 move doesn't hit quite as hard. Like this position, I feel like I can more easily deal with this because the h-pawn is kind of a liability for you, actually. Okay, thanks for the game. Little Jobava London. Killer Rectangle, good luck to you. Okay, yeah, we'll look into it, guys. This is the first time hearing about that, and we've been using this accept random challenge plugin for a while. So don't sweat it for today, guys. We'll look into it. Killer Rectangle, are you there? Guess not. Oh, I was about to abort. All right, let's play e5. e4, e5. Yeah, I think that's been the case, Handles, definitely. Okay, Joko Piano. Are we going to have a pure Joko Piano, like c3, d4, or a pianissimo with d3, a little bit slower? John never accepts challenges. Not true. I'm accepting challenges for the past 30 minutes. If you challenge me outside of Lichess plays, well, very good chance I'm not going to accept, unless I'm playing viewers or something on my stream. Unfortunately, I can't just play random people all day. Okay, this is starting to shape up really well for me because this pressure is going to be annoying. I'm going to play queen f6. When white recaptures, and Killer Rectangle is going to have a really hard time with this pin knight. This whole knight g5 thing, you got to use that selectively. If you're not able to cash in on f7 immediately thereafter, it's probably a bad idea. This takes f7 good for white. Yeah, so you mean back here? So this is the thing. You don't usually want to trade, many of you know this, but you don't usually want to trade a knight and a bishop for a rook and a pawn on that square. That tends to be a good trade for the side receiving the minor pieces. Are you saying you have a life as well, John? I know. Yeah. John looks exactly the same for the last 5 years. Thank you, Basid. Hopefully, I'm aging gracefully. I'll take that as a compliment. This is going to be over soon. I either win White's queen or White's going to get mated. Bishop g5 only move. All right. Thank you, Killer Rectangle, for the game. All right. So instructive one there. So you played some standard moves. I don't think this is the most ambitious way of playing for White. But this knight g5 move, don't go for this when Black can castle and defend f7. Because we can throw the engine on here if you guys want to see. Let's say White does play knight takes f7. You can see the engine does like this quite a bit, actually, for Black. Because you're trading off your only two active pieces. Black gets all the momentum here. Black's king is not even that exposed. So you have to use knight g5 selectively. It can be good in some circumstances. For example, let's say Black plays the two knights defense. Here, knight g5 makes a lot more sense because Black has not moved the bishop yet, so they can't castle and defend f7. So hence, the main line is d5 here, trying to block. And there's all this theory after this. So I think good takeaway there. Because once this pressure on your pinned knight develops, this is real tough. This might already be close to losing, I'd say, for White. Probably you should go here and try to trade the knight, but it's not pretty because I can mess up the situation around your king. Okay, another instructive game. Appreciate it. Let's keep rolling here. Cormac, good to see you, Cormac. Let's play in English. I still haven't read any Cormac McCarthy books. It's on my bucket list. Hopefully you're there. All right, g6. Pretty good move against the English. There's a lot of different moves Black can play that are acceptable. We'll go with a little fianchetto action here. Knight c3. Okay. Let's play d3 here. So Black is making a play for the d4 square. The thing that comes to mind, though, instantly is that the d5 square for Black is rather weak. Right? I'm going to get a little creative here. Play h4. Maybe look to probe a little bit. Threaten h5. Okay. I think reasonable way of reacting. Absolutely. Let's play knight f3. I'm going to do a somewhat unusual looking idea. Yes, this is a reverse Botvinnik system. I'm going to send this knight through e3 so that if Black plays bishop e6 trying to go d5, I'm just in time to prevent that. I'm making a play for this d5 square. That's the whole point of this move order. John, do you think that chess would be a useful school subject? Interesting question. I mean, I think it definitely would have value, possibly more so than some existing subjects or things that traditional schools spend time on. I can't say that, yeah, absolutely, chess should be taught in schools, though. I think that's a pretty big leap, although there are some countries that do that. I think Armenia, for instance, has chess in all of their schools. Is chess better than math? Unfortunately not, in terms of usefulness. All right, knight d5. Attack the queen. So if Black takes and I take with my bishop, I'm pretty satisfied with that. I can kick this out. I can also maybe just castle here. h5 is another move. I think I'm just going to castle. Yeah, let's just get the king to safety. I might play for b4 at some point. I'm thinking, yeah, maybe threaten it. threaten the tickle here? I vote to replace cursive. Well, from what I understand, uh, I don't think kids get taught cursive anymore. Maybe some of the parents out there can reveal whether that's the case, but that's what I heard is that kids like don't learn cursive writing anymore. Because outside of signing your name, you don't ever really need it. So I think that makes sense. And even as a 36-year-old, if I have to write something, like on the very rare occasions where I have to write something in cursive that's not my name, I get kind of nervous. Like, do I remember how to make these letters? I'm sure some of you experienced that as well. I doubt that. We'll have someone say, maybe there's some teachers out there too. How do they learn how to write then? Well, you just print stuff. You just print. Maybe it varies by country as well. I'm so tempted to try something like this, looking for knight f6, but it doesn't work because black can take with the king. But I'm really tempted to try it. Let's play b5. Now, I want to go e3, so this is obviously a problem. Maybe bishop c3 now. Just build up to this. Queen d2. Still e3. I'm not really covering that square, though. Maybe I will have to maneuver quite a bit. I still like my position. I think I have some nice pressure here. It's going to tie down the rook for the foreseeable future. But there's still everything to play for here, and both sides getting low on the clock. Fake says, I get taught it in elementary school. I think that's implying that you're in elementary school. E4 doesn't work because I can take. This is defended. UK stopped teaching it a long time ago. Interesting. Daughter hasn't been taught cursive at all, and that's from 2012. Interesting. Oop, no, not there. I don't know what to play in this position. Let's play e4. I think both Cormac and I don't know what to do. I'm going to have to try to beat him on the clock. Oh, but that's a big blunder. I think we're going to get him on the clock. But it wasn't pretty. It was not pretty at all. Okay, GG. Complete time scramble. I think if we go to the middle game, it's probably going to be pretty level. Okay, some edge to white, around about here. Nothing crazy, though. And I didn't really come up with a good plan. I mean, Queen F3, looks like kind of a wishy-washy move. So you hung in there really nicely. I think you knew what you were doing in this opening because the way that you played this setup suggests to me that you've studied this before, Cormac. Yeah, so good game. Tough one. I look forward to our next battle. Thanks again. Okay. Ad Nelson, 2001. Well, you broke the rule, Ad Nelson, that it's better to be a high 1900 than a low 2000. But that's okay. We'll give you a pass. Let's play this move. I remember reading that knight f3, f5 could be strongly met by e4, and that this is supposed to be good for white. But I've never really verified that, so let's find out. Thank you, Twat Rod. Thank you very much. It's kind of you to say that. Oh, there's another Cormac in the Twitch chat. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, I feel like I got to play h4 here. This is like morally forced, right? We got to play h5. This actually looks like big trouble for black, because how do you deal with this? Knight takes here. We're going bombs away. You could take with the pawn, but that also didn't look too pleasant. Probably now just capture. Ooh, take. Check. Take, knight f7, probably easiest. This is under attack. So let's capture. That's a fork. John will ensure that Ed Nelson reaches the high 1900s. Well, this might be a free roll for them because there's a pretty big rating gap here. Gives a check. Let's step here. Kind of looking at bishop h6. That would actually be nice if black played queen g8 here, trying to go after the knight. But now we're going to win the queen. Bishop f7 coming. This went downhill pretty fast after h5. Yeah, that's what can kind of happen in this type of setup. It is actually amazing how quickly that can occur. Take that one. Check. Probably here. And now just move the queen somewhere because the knight is pinned. Did I miss knight takes h7 after g6? Let's check. That is a theme. Thanks for the game, Ad Nelson. Yeah, here, interesting idea. If I go here, black can take with the rook. So it's a good suggestion because bishop takes g6 is the idea. Black can take here. I'm not sure about this position. Kind of feels like perhaps black survives this. Engine says bishop g5. So I kind of like h4. It feels like the better way to put pressure on black's position. Let's check what the masters do here. Pretty sure this is the position that's been reached before. Looks like in the masters database, which I definitely recommend you guys play around with if you're ever interested in opening stuff. e5, e3, and d5 all get played. So many of these moves trying to return the pawn. Yeah, looks like e takes d3. The engine really dislikes this move. Too dangerous. Because now in this position, this is a threat. Rook takes h7, bishop g6 is mate. You can't swing the rook over, so... Yeah, this unfolds too easily for white. So maybe look into that line at Nelson. Might be worth seeing here how to combat it. You could also try to delay f5, like some people play e6 if they want to go into like a classical Dutch later. Make white commit to a setup like d4 or g3 or something. This is a little bit safer now. Okay, thanks for the game. 107 challenges. We got over 100. Love it. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. How many people do we have? Let's play d4 in this game. See what our numbers are like here. Thanks again, everyone, for spending part of your Sunday here. Yeah, our viewership numbers are not huge. Like the viewer to challenge ratio is pretty impressive. If this is accurate, the numbers I'm seeing on both Twitch and YouTube, not even quite 100 viewers right now on Twitch, 127 on YouTube. I mean, huge proportion of people sending challenges. It's awesome. Okay, I'll play my usual line against the Benko Gambit. I used to play this opening for black a lot, but I lost faith in it. You're seeing 192? Oh, yeah, I'm seeing the same thing. Did I say that wrong? I do see 192 as well. Let's go A4. Shout out to all the watchers who aren't challengers. Yes, indeed. Greetings, Renga, by the way. Oh, I said 89? Okay. I must have blanked out there for a second. What's up, Sobels? Okay, queen a5. Let's go bishop d2. Now, I don't think there's going to be any devastating discovery or anything right away. I'll play rook a3. This is kind of a handy move sometimes. Just in case black takes, it's actually kind of nice if you can threaten to take with the pawn and have this rook anchored. That introduces problems for black down the a file. So we're okay with the pawn tension here. Did anyone get a draw or winning game today versus JB? No, not yet. Yeah, not yet. There's still time. Maybe this move isn't the best for me. I was thinking I can get this pawn here, but not sure this is actually the best way of playing. Yeah, specifically because of this. Kind of annoying. Because b6, I'm seeing knight takes d5 now. I could take here. I could also try to defend this somehow. You know what? I'm going to give that d5 pawn. We're going to cement the pawn in on b6. We'll just play it like this. Shoot from the hip a little bit. It is kind of a nice pawn for the endgame, but it's equal material now. Frozen Cloud on YouTube says, John, I'm now crushing Sicilian players with the wing gambit. Why I never see you playing it? Well, if you can beat people with the wing gambit, keep going, because that's impressive. It's just not a very good line. But there's some tricks and traps there. I never really think to play it, to be honest. E4, C5, B4. So that's my only defense, is that I don't ever really think to execute the wing gambit. Does being up a pawn guarantee the win? No, definitely not. In an opening like this, too, the Benko Gambit, black intentionally gives up that pawn for strategic pressure sometimes. All right. Black has to watch their time. That's going to be the biggest problem here. Let's try to trade on our own terms. I think the position's still fine for black, but the time situation is not. Okay, let's just be solid. Rook d1 may be coming. This is a hard structure to break down. All that being said, oh, hello, Michael. You've been watching for the last couple years, huh? But this is your first time challenging, or second week challenging. Nice. Let's see if we can slyly target this pawn and see if DJ notices. Okay, does notice. All right, all right. Let's go here. I'm thinking maybe pivot this, but he thwarts it. Thwarts the plan. Yeah, this position still looks fine for black, but no time. All right, thanks for the game. Let's see. Maybe you'll be slightly better in the final position. Little consolation. Nope. Wow. Actually, +3. Maybe f5 is the move that kind of hurts you. It does weaken e6. Okay, so the engine didn't like f5, but if you play e5, dynamic equality almost. Yeah, so I think I misstepped a little bit with a5. That's a weak move because after queen b7, I have issues with this. I thought I could just push the pawn on through, but there is this counterattack. So that was well played by you. I should have played like e4. Yeah, I think e4 is a good move. Also a typical move for this situation. Thanks for the game. The Banco's a tough opening in 2022. Got to be honest. I think it's one of those openings that the engine really pokes a lot of holes in. Okay, greetings, Apple Rook. Let's play knight c3 on move 1. Where are my one knight c3 players? Let's play h4 too. h4 has been working, apparently. Should I sack the exchange? Well, I think here e5 is a pretty clearly a good move, so we got to play this. Now here, all right, so I can really chase that knight if I want. There's a couple good moves here. d4, and then try to threaten g4. I think I'll do that. There's also g4 right away. The knight could, like, run around. Let's see what black does here, because I think to save the knight, you almost have to play something like f5 or bishop f8, trying to make way for knight g7, neither of which looks great. Okay, f6. That doesn't really help, though, because I can still go g4. Yeah. And this square's covered. So this is typical pattern with a knight on h5 is a knight pawn coming up to g4. You wanted bishop f8, Tien Khan? Yeah, that would have been kind of funny. All right, let's continue the attack. Oh, very nice, Michael. Yeah, you've been liking the Chess Fundamentals series? Awesome. Thanks for watching that. John, have you ever heard of Uncle Ernie's system? Uncle Ernie's system begins with one knight c3. No, I have not. All I know about this opening is that it's sometimes used as a transpositional tool. It's called like Van Geet's opening. It doesn't have a lot of independent value, but it can transpose to stuff like the Vienna, the Jobava London. It's not bad. It's not as good as knight f3 on move 1, but it's actually a pretty decent line. Like, you could pre-move and bullet. You could pre-move knight c3, e4 without fear. Okay, check. All right. Is there a mate here? Not that I'm seeing yet. Check. Here. Take. Let's just do that. I think that's clearly good. Ooh, bold. Into the center. All right. Do you want to go all in? If this was a King of the Hill game, you would win. King takes e5. Black debating. Yes, free pawn. Does take it, okay. Let's give it a check. Knight f3. This is covered by the rook, so no knight f3. King d4. Okay, now I can almost castle with mate, but there's king c5. But at least we get to do this. That's kind of fun. This is covered. We can do a pawn mate. Pawn mate's always fun. All right. Thank you, Apple Rook, for the game. So this is fine, but I don't think knight f6 is a good move. Wow. I'm actually surprised that there's a few master games here. Saric has played it. Daniel Dubov won with this move. Really? After e5? I bet e5, knight g8 is the idea. Yeah, apparently you got to go back to g8. This looks like a bit of a troll line for black, but maybe the argument is that you're going to chip away at this pawn. Engine doesn't really buy it, but let's see how Dubov won this game from 2015. Was this like a rapid game? Blitz game. Russian Blitz Championship. Okay, he started chipping away at the center. Dubov's very creative, so it's always interesting when you see his name pop up in the database. Knight h5, on the other hand, I think the engine is really not going to like. Yeah, d4, and ugh, that knight is in trouble. This is already +3. Apparently, the best thing for you to do is to actually give up the piece and just try to take some pawns in the center. King is running the New York Marathon. Yeah. All right, thanks for the game. 115 challenges. The challenges just keep increasing. Yule. Okay, good luck to you. Let's play e4 in this one. Please consider longer time control games here. Well, in the interest of keeping the games moving and trying to get in as many games as possible, I think 3 minute is about the best we're going to do. I think that's like the point on the graph where enjoyment and efficiency meet. You know, like you can still play a decent game. It's pretty fast. You can still get a decent game in, and we can get to many opponents. Except Yule, who's apparently not here. Let's abort. We'll go on to the next game. Hallahan. All right, 1666. This is our sixth game together. It's a lot of sixes. Good luck, Hallahan. I don't know if I played a Pierce yet. Let's play a Pierce. I know I played one D4, D6 game. So let's do this. 100-player bullet simul. Yeah, some people have suggested simuls, but the thing about simuls, it's not a great viewing experience. You know? When the master's just like clicking around these games, there's this lack of continuity, and it's more like an exercise in stamina. Here we can actually like talk intentionally for, 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes about a single game and work in some instructive stuff as well. How much do you think FIDE rating plays a role in coaching intermediate players? That's your question kind of from earlier. Continuation of that, Alex. Well, I think you said you were 1,700 FIDE, which is definitely plenty good. I don't think the fact that it's a FIDE rating in particular is going to matter much in terms of the type of students that you can take on. Like if you were, 2,000 online and you were posting useful stuff and had a good track record, I think that would be just as good, if not better even. I think it's more so like, who are you going to reach out to for coaching? How are you going to advertise yourself? What type of students are you looking for? Are they kids? Are they adults? I think those are more the important questions. Your rating's fine. All right. I feel like now knight h5 is kind of handy. Attacks the bishop, also defends here. Maybe I can jump into f4 at some point. Might play this move first. Looks kind of annoying for white. Just so if I play knight f4, I'll have the option of taking with the queen. Maybe bishop takes h3 someday could be a thing. Like if the white queen was no longer guarding. Yeah, looking at this move, but there's queen takes, which defends the knight, so probably leads to nothing. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do this. White is attacking this pawn a few times. What time is it around the world? Asked Nature. It's, what is that? 8:30 UK time? Yeah, that sounds right. 8:30 p.m. for you guys. It's 2:30 in the afternoon for me. It's been a good day so far. All right, let's go h5. Bishop h6. I went to a fitness class this morning, which I've been doing pretty regularly the past like 6 weeks or so. Some high intensity stuff. I've been liking it. We got viewers from California, U.S. Mountain Time, Amsterdam, Melbourne, Boston, Western Europe, Paris, Minnesota, India. Nice. Speaking of nice, I think Hallahan is playing this just fine. Bishop c4 looks like a good move, although it does leave this weak. Maybe I can take advantage of that, but I got to do something about this first, so let's take. I think Hallahan's fine. I think Hallahan's okay here. I'm ahead on the clock. Okay, I think white should have taken with the knight there, because now I can maybe do this, which I probably should. Just double checking to see if my queen gets trapped somehow. YouTube viewers checking in. 9:30 in Germany, says Sam. 12 a.m. in Iran. 2:30 in Missouri. 10:30 p.m. in South Africa. Nice. Scotland as well. Finland. Yeah. I mentioned this many times, but that's one of my favorite things about Lichess plays is how international the audience is. And I appreciate you guys like staying up late or tuning in very early in the morning. Oh, take. Is there any danger with this? 97. I think I can play King F7 though. Still just being paranoid about the checks because I think we're fine, but yeah, Hallahan resigns. If knight here, King F7, I think it was coming up short for white. Okay, thanks for the game, Hallahan. Let's check real quick here. I think if you had taken with the knight, the position looks fine. Maybe you're even slightly better. Okay, actually it says rook takes is fine. So it must be something a little more energetic then as a follow-up. Take, knight g4. Ooh. That is... Okay, who saw that? Raise your hand if you saw that. Knight g4. That move was not on my radar whatsoever. Allows a queen trade. Also, the rook is under fire. White has multiple pieces under attack. Bronice says, me. Smithy Q says, super obvious. And because the queen is threatened, presumably I'm going to trade, right? And then you insert this move. It's an in-between move. And then king here. You recover this. I'm probably taking. Maybe I could play this first, but let's say I take. White takes here. And when the dust settles, this is still equal material, but the engine likes white a lot because I think this pawn's going to fall. Right? If I try to defend it like this, you can go knight d4. So if you saw that specific line, you can capitalize. But yeah, to me in the game, it seemed like knight takes d2 was safest because then you simply defend this pawn. Oh, and then I can play bishop c8, backward move. That makes sense. Uh-huh. This looks pretty close to equal. Okay, so you're hanging in there. Thanks for the game, Hallahan. All right. Dark Zayla, 610. Good luck to you. All right, I played knight c3, d4, e4. I think I played knight f3. I played c4. Let's play g3. You blacked out during the game. Did I win? Wait, did you challenge handles? Hungarian JB? Yeah, the Hungarian opening. G3 on move 1. Yeah, knight g4 is a nice move. Speaking of nice moves, so when I was broadcasting that Magnus versus Danya match last night, there was a moment in one of these games where Magnus was outplaying Danya in like a knight versus bishop situation. And there came a moment where basically Magnus could take a pawn for free with his knight. That was kind of a pretty deflection. And I'm sure he saw it in an instant. I saw it as well when I was commentating. And I was like, okay, this move looks automatic. It just looks good. Okay. Yeah, GL. My opponent's muting here. Good. And Magnus actually went into the tank and he thought at that moment, and he came up with a better continuation, as it turned out, that was far more complicated, involving actually trading a bunch of pieces down and reaching a queen endgame where paradoxically, Danya's king was in like a near mating net. And it was a moment for me that really put into perspective just how good he is. Because I can tell you, had I saw in game the move that, I thought he was going to play and that he saw in a split second, I would have played it 100 times out of 100. But he had the discipline to sit there and calculate and actually found a better line. It was a difference of like 2 or 3 points according to the engine. And his move was just flat out better in winning. And it was not obvious at all. Like the reason it was winning is only revealed like 5 moves later once you get into this quite complicated queen endgame. Wish I could quote you guys the game, but you could find it if you go to the VODs on my channel. All my VODs are free. John Stunt double missing. Yeah, he's not here today. I don't see him in the chat. Unless he changed his username. All right, you know what I'm going to try here? We're going to try some further trickiness. Knight takes f6, right? Yeah, exactly. That was the move that Magnus played. He played this move, knight takes f6, trading a knight for a bishop. A good knight for a apparently kind of worthless bishop. But it led to this sequence that was winning for him. Instead of the move knight takes e5, which straight up won a pawn. And would have given him a good position as well, but not as good. Vince says, I fell asleep twice watching the Magnus Danya match. Each time I woke up, they were still playing. Yeah, it was crazy. I'm not going to take this knight yet. I'm actually going to try to prosecute the advantage here, because if black wants to save the knight, then they lose the rook. Oh, you were using the bathroom when I answered your question, Alex? Oh. Yeah, I was basically saying, your rating seems decent. You can coach plenty of people at that rating. But probably the more relevant thing is, like, how are you going to reach prospective students? It's always a little harder when you're not a master, I think. There's a lot of competition out there. Let's take this one. I'm still belaboring the G takes H5 decision, but maybe I'll just take here now. Basically, we'll trade. Could have thrown in this, I guess, first. But I'm up a rook now, so this should be sufficient. Am I going to watch the World Cup? I should. I know it started today. I don't really have any personal investment in it, but I would like to watch a little bit of it, yeah. I'm sure many of you guys will. Who are you guys rooting for? Dark Zayla says the power difference is real. I like that, the power difference. You can sense the power. You're rooting for Canada? I'm sorry. That seems like it'll be tough going. Holland? Yeah, the Netherlands are good, right? They're one of the better teams. Belgium, they're also really good. I learned this last night because I was talking to my chat about it, because I don't really know soccer or football all that much. So I was looking up the rankings, and we looked up the FIFA rankings. And the FIFA rankings are different than like a lot of the other ELO rankings for some of these teams. Rooting for Brazil? Seems like Brazil and Argentina are the top two for sure. Is that right? The betting favorites. Thanks, Dark Zayla, for the game. So, yeah, I think your setup was a little sketchy. I didn't like this bishop c5 move. Allows me to go d4 with tempo. You should keep that bishop back a little bit, like bishop d6 directly or bishop e7. Or maybe you play c5. That's probably what I would do here. Take a little more center space with kind of a flank pawn influencing d4. But probably the real issue was knight h5 and not sensing the danger with the knight on the wing here. This is another one of these positions. You got to take some serious action against g4. It's not pleasant, though. g6, trying to make space here. At minimum, you lose this pawn. So probably knight h5 was ill-advised. Engine actually wants you to go directly back if you play that. Thanks for the game. Try harder, LOL. Good luck to you. Antoine says Brazil is always crazy strong. Germany too. Yeah, absolutely. Those are good squads, it seems. Good luck to my opponent. Let's play a proper Queen's Gambit declined. Play bishop e7. Bob Bobson is rooting for France. Nice. Hello, Charlie who? John, have you ever played the Chess Hustlers in New York? Yeah, I have, actually. It's been several years, but I have. Some of them are pretty good. There's some Chess Hustlers out there who are upwards of, I'd say, like 22, 2300 in some cases. All right, let's take. I'm going to try to inflict an isolated pawn on white, but white takes with the knight. Okay. How to handle this now for me? Maybe I should have taken there first, actually. Maybe I should have done that first. I don't know what to play. I guess I'll take here. Then take here. This seems kind of lame, but I did it. I might be a little bit worse now because I'm a tiny bit cramped. I have to work my way out of this somehow. Let's go here. John, can we see a Dutch against d4 if it comes up again? Yeah, I can try to play that. Absolutely. I would only really play the chess hustlers if like I had a friend in town, at least when I was living in New York. And I never took their money. I always felt guilty about that. Nowadays, you don't really play for money, though, with these hustlers. They call it a donation. You're kind of just like compensating them for their time. It's not a proper it's not a proper gamble, let's say. White's lining up with my queen, so I'm still trying to find like a decent square to settle that queen on. I like my bishop. This controls the knight. So I feel like white has made all the standard moves now. It's like what to do at this point. Otso says Argentina for the win. Messi needs to seal his GOAT status. Uh-huh. Wait a second. Is this working? Attractive move, but I think there's queen takes b7. Ooh, I really want to play it, though. It looks good. Let's go. Let's actually go here. I'll try to do this. Little rerouting. You're not a hustler, John. The real hustlers take the dollars every time. Yeah, I'm too soft. You pay up first for a game? That's right. Yep. Can confirm. All right, we'll go here. All right, so I feel like I'm making some progress. Let's go b5. Still a little bit cramped for me. Like this situation, I want to unwind at some point, but I'm making some nice progress. I think white's major pieces are a little gummed up. What's up, Gadzinsko? Or Gadzinisko? B4. Where's that knight going? Back to b1, I guess. All right, all right. I'll buy it. Let's go f6. Never play f6 except when John tells you to. Okay, I'm going to go here. Oh, but then there's bishop h5, actually. All right, I got to be a little careful here. This is tricky. I don't really know what to play in this position. Let's go here. I have 23 seconds left. Let's not blow this. Need to play faster. I think Try Harder knows that they have a big time edge. I'm going to attempt to use that to my advantage. Oh, I think they blundered. They blundered big time. Now I get to trade some stuff off. Let's just push. Push, push. I think I can win this. My bullet skills should be enough to win. Should be. King and rook against king. Maybe I can mate on the board. Okay. Try harder doesn't make me prove it. GG. That was close. I was in some serious trouble there on the clock. I really wasn't sure what to play in this type of position right here. Engine wants me to go b4. Yeah, I saw that, but it looked a little weakening. I don't know. Also, taking is okay. What did I do? I went queen here. I almost played this move, which would have been... Is this not winning? Oh, that actually gets mated. Anyone see that? I mentioned queen g6, and then I'm like, nah, I can't do that. Like, my queen gets trapped. And indeed, without queen takes g2 mate, my queen would be trapped. Okay, but apparently that's not even that great. Bishop takes c6. Yeah, I think this is the one game, good game, try harder. The one game in this session so far where my opponent had some serious chances. Did you regret f6? Kind of, yeah. Let's see if the engine approves of it. Doesn't like it. Probably a bad move. I guess I should have played this b4 move, kick the knight back. This is sometimes why I don't play, or why the Queen's Gambit decline like doesn't appeal to me so much. I feel like you get into these positions where it's kind of boring and like white's not risking very much. And black has some coordination issues. All right, thanks for the game. Tough one. Omer, good luck to you. Our first game together. GL. Feingold was right after all. Never play f6. I think he was, yeah. Oh, that was you, Eric? Yeah, no, you did well. Okay, someone was asking about a Dutch, so let's play a Dutch. All right. All right, I'll try to set up an opponent to your bishop there. Let's go d6. We'll try for e5. All right. Now, white has to make a point not to lose this bishop at some point, like with e5, e4. You do not want to lose that bishop. We're going to put white to the test. I'm laying the groundwork to try to threaten e5, e4. Nature says, good luck, Omer. Yes, good luck to my opponent. Okay. Let's go c6. We'll defend. I'm okay with the trade because that opens the A file. White is castled over there. I could now perhaps dispense with this whole e5, e4 thing in favor of playing for an attack, but I think white's king is safe enough right now because the bishop is patrolling some squares. So it shouldn't be too bad for white. All right, here's the test coming up. You got to see the threat. You must see it. White should play e4 themselves at some point. Yep, that might not be a bad idea. In this case, maybe e4 runs into b4. I can perhaps take, but probably not the worst move. Ooh, yeah, and white doesn't see it, presumably. That's the one thing about the Dutch is these pawns that black establishes, f5, and then if they're going for the e-pawn push as well, they can be dangerous. They can take away the life from your pieces. Okay, let's go here. I'm going to let white take this because then there's bishop a6, which I think should be killer. There's also some ideas of like taking a2 and trying to get the other rook over and deliver mate on a1. Yeah, exactly. Okay, knight d4. Not bad. Tenacious defense. Maybe I like try to double like this. Bring that over. Can I try King's Indian? Yep, I can try King's Indian too. If someone plays d4 against me again. John says, I tried using the clock as a weapon, shot myself in the foot. Okay, so I could win the rook here, but this actually looks better. I guess there's knight a4 here, but looks more fun. Ooh, but now here too, I can still play this move, check, because this is a pin. Take. Incredible Mac, thank you for subbing to the channel with Twitch Prime. Thank you very much. Did I miss mate? Let's see. Don't think so. Check here. Yeah, so I'm trying to take away the e2 square. That's why I played this bishop a6 move, because now this is checkmate. Okay, thanks, Omer, for the game. So probably castling queenside, and the whole fianchetto of the dark square bishop, not the best plan in this situation. I would not recommend that. You should be castling short here. And this bishop, again, not too effective on this diagonal because you're kind of blocked up here. Knight on c3, pawn on d4. I've got some similar stuff going on, but I have a pawn up that gives me a little more control over the center. So, yeah, I'd recommend looking into more centrally oriented ways to play d4. You know, maybe you should go for c4. Against the Dutch specifically, there's a lot of stuff you can do. I mean, I actually recommend knight c3 in the course that I have, looking to play on knight f6. This move, bishop g5, a little more active. Yeah, thanks for the game. All right, Alex Rosenkrantz. Hey, good luck to you. Let's play d4. Thanks for playing the Dutch. Yeah, no problem. Thanks again, Incredible Mac, for subbing to the Lichess channel with your Prime. Okay, we'll play a Jobava. Jobava London. There is a delay. There's a slight delay. Nothing crazy, but about 10 seconds. I'll play bishop g5. Maybe we'll transpose into a French. I could have played e4 or bishop f4 if I really want to keep it in Jobava London territory. Another new player. This player doesn't look new. They look pretty well established. Good ratings across a bunch of different time controls. They got the Lichess patron wings. Love to see that, supporting the site. You guys can get those as well if you want to support Lichess. Oh, do you mean the last player? Oh, you mean, the fact that we haven't played before. I see. I see. Yes. They are an unknown quantity. Gotcha. Oh, are you going to be at the tournament, Citizen? Citizen Eric? US Masters / NC Open? Okay, I think Black's trying to go for b5 and kind of delay the decision about castling. So I'm looking at ways I can maybe explode the center here. Not quite seeing them. I'm actually going to bring this back, I think. Yeah, I'm going to pull this back. And if b4, I'll go knight c6. Against this, maybe here. Maybe g4. Oh, nice, Citizen. Yeah, I'll see you at the tournament. Good stuff. Good luck in the event. I will be there Friday through Sunday. So, yeah, I won't be able to do Lichess plays next week, unfortunately. So I will be at an OTB event. Okay, so going after my light square bishop, reasonable. But let's continue pushing. Is the Pierce defense too passive? I would say it's not too passive. It's just a little risky from like a space standpoint. Like you have to know how to counterattack well if you're going to play this opening for Black, because Or not exactly this opening. This wasn't like a pure Pierce, but it kind of looks like one. Because when you lack space, you need to just counterpunch well. You need to take your chances. Am I driving to Charlotte or flying? I am flying. Yeah, it would be way too long a drive. I mean, from where I'm at, let me see. Minneapolis to Charlotte driving. This is going to blow the Europeans away. That would be a 17 and a half hour drive for me. Not doing it. Even though I hate flying around the holidays, it's still a much better alternative. All right, B4. I kind of want to go knight D5. I kind of want to play it. Knight B1 is a little passive. I could also take here. Maybe that's the way to go. Yeah, actually, that's interesting. Take. Bishop B5, take. Queen back. Okay, let's try it. Looks interesting. You can go to Spain and back in that time. Try the modern or hippo. I can try that, yeah. There's a request for a King's Indian, so maybe I'll go for one of those. Modern hippo, King's Indian. Okay, let's go here. We're both getting pretty low on the clock. I still kind of want to play this move because I'm seeing issues. Well, maybe Bishop B5 is just not working. But I have to be wary of this idea. I must be advised. Let's go here. Alex is playing pretty well. I still feel like I'm better in this position, but it's going to come down to a time scramble. That is almost certain. He's being very annoying with his light score bishop, which is smart. All right, you can have the A2 pawn if you want it. You can take the Bobby Fischer pawn or the Spassky pawn. No, he's like, I want to sack a pawn myself. All right, fair. No queen trade. Okay, finally castles, but no real time to work with here. Yeah. Bombs away. All right, thanks for the game, GG. Yeah, with more time, I think that would have been real interesting. Real interesting. Because I think you fought back well in the middle game. I was a little skeptical of your setup, but like around here, I wasn't able to really take advantage. So I suspect I probably missed something. Engine's not like a knight d5. It does suggest g5. It does suggest g5. Yeah, because by the time we got around here, it still likes white, but it didn't really feel like a +2, 2.5 position in the game. Felt like you were doing all right. Maybe time to castle. So good game. Tough one. Okay, we might have to mute the spectator room. Because FX the Wolf is trying to give financial predictions. All right. Thanks again, Alex. Let's go to the next game. We got half an hour remaining. Oh, John's worst nightmare. Shout out. Shout out to them. Let's play h4. I think, my opponent, my esteemed opponent with the Lichess patron wings, is trying to intimidate me a little bit. So I need to combat that with a flank pawn push. All right. Let's play b3 now. Some people can play these flank pawn openings really well. I would not count myself as one of them. But we'll see if we can maybe have the makings of an attack later on the king side, like G4 or something. G4, G5. Do your best against your nightmare. I will try. I'm just disappointed that John's stunt double is not here. Don't see him in the chat. Just push pawns. John is disrespectful. Yeah. Ralph Memedov is going to withdraw against me when he gets paired against me next. Because he's totally tuning in for Lichess plays, right? That had to have been like the funniest withdrawal I've seen. Okay, let's play knight d5. Very interesting position. Knight b4 I'll take here. And then I'm thinking queen b3. When did anyone last beat John on a Sunday? I don't know. That's a great question. I feel like it's been maybe a month or so since someone last beat me. But it's a good question. All right, let's castle. I know castling looks a little ridiculous having pushed this, but we will do it. Now here, maybe? Try to work into some squares. Yeah, right, Sobels? Every GM watches Lichess plays. How do they get their title without it? Exactly. Exactly. Element wants me to play the Polish opening. Interesting suggestion. Can't say I've ever played the Polish. Okay, so these squares are definitely weak. Definitely weak for black, but I don't really want to hop into them yet. I'm just going to pursue some initiative on the queen side. Let's get both pawns up here to the 5th rank. Queen f7. Okay, that does hit both these pawns, but I have moves like this. Ah, yeah, I see an idea. Maybe it doesn't quite work, though. I was thinking rook g8, bishop f5, bishop e6, but bishop d7 is possible. So maybe not so effective. Even still, I think I'm going to go for it. Looks reasonable. Wow, you guys really want me to play the flank openings, huh? The orangutan, the Sokolsky, which is the same opening, right? b4. Okay, let's take. Wing Gambit. We've had a couple of requests for the Wing Gambit. Absolutely. I might be willing to play that. John, how do you deal with tilt? Mostly I deal with tilt by not playing sessions long enough where tilt would set in. Seriously, I think that's a good strategy. Especially the faster the time control, the more you have to regulate your sessions. Let's threaten maiden 1. Okay. Give a check. Just looking at the various ways I can take. There's this. There's this. Let's take this one. Take that one. Push. Okay, we're breaking down Nightmare's defenses. King here, knight e5. That should do it. Mm-hmm. So the H-pawn wasn't too relevant in this game, but maybe it established a psychological advantage from the jump. Thanks for the game. Let's see. I think a key moment was when you played knight a7. I think that's just the wrong track for your knight. I think you should play knight b4. If you play knight b4, I bet you're better here. Let's see. Yeah. Knight b4. That's the money move. Anything else? Okay, you're not necessarily that much worse after knight a7, but it's a little passive. When you do this, I've got some stuff to think about in terms of the d5 pawn, also knight d3 check, which would fork the king and the bishop. So I think I was going to do this and then play queen here, but probably not the best. I mean, let's just see. Here, e4. Yeah, you can establish this knight in. I'd be scrambling here. This is not a good position for me. Super strong knight. Okay, thank you very much for the game. Ilya T. We played once before. Okay, I kind of remember that game. You had the white pieces in that one. Let's play. All right, you guys want a Polish or Sokolski? Or sorry, is the Polish d4 b5? This is the Sokolski or orangutan. Oh, that's very nice to hear. On YouTube, someone says, "Hello, John. A few weeks ago, I asked you how to deal with the progress plateau. You replied I should try playing with a longer time control and analyzing more. Now I've increased my blitz 100 points. Thanks." Oh, that's great to hear. Hey, thanks for letting us know about your progress. Keep going. Yeah, never a bad idea to increase the time control when you're going through a bit of a rough patch. 1b4 is the Polish, d4 b5 is the Polish defense. Uh-huh. I trust Smithy Q about that, by the way, because Smithy Q has a great course on openings on Chessable. So he knows what he's talking about. What's up, Yuho, by the way? I see you. Wait, who dissed the Scandi? How dare they? It is spelled orangutan, but everyone pronounces it as if it was orangutan. Not me. I don't include the G at the end. It's also like a word you don't really use too much. I feel like you're much more likely to write orangutan than say it out loud. Hello, Jerry for Prez. Thank you. John, what's your maximum on 30 seconds coordinate practice on Lichess? I can't say that I've ever done that before. I don't know. I remember the coordinate trainer, but I don't remember the 30-second version of it. Oh, is that so, Arthur Braden? Okay, so Ilya has a solid position here, but this B pawn can be kind of annoying. It has a bit of an oppressive effect here. Looks to me like he's going to try to push c6 or c5. Let's pre-move. Or not. Let's just take. Okay. Now, I'm vaguely looking at some knight e5 stuff, but maybe that would turn out well. But there's knight e5 take, I guess. Knight e5 take. Not feeling that line. I'm just going to go knight here. Just coordinate a little more. I think maybe knight c4. I feel like I can have some pressure going against these pawns. Who Chess Club says, question, when do you find it appropriate to release the tension on an enemy bishop That's pinning my knight to my queen. Yeah, I know what scenario you're talking about. That's a pretty typical one. I hate to give you the standard reply that it depends, but in a situation like that, it really does. Typically, okay, so I'll tell you, typically you can play a rook pawn forward like h6 or h3 without too much concern. But when they pull the bishop back, bishop h4 or bishop h5, it is a tough decision whether to play g5 or not. It's going to depend a lot on your king's safety, the efficacy of like a sacrifice on g5 or g4 if they can play. For example, knight takes g5, you take back with your h-pawn, and then bishop takes g5, and the pin is annoying, and they have compensation. So on the whole, I would not sweat the decision to play h6 too much unless you think it's going to be a hook for the opponent to like pawn storm you. But g4, g5, you might want to hold off on. I mean, you could use a basic litmus test. Like if you're already castled, you probably don't want to play g4 or g5. But that's not always going to be the case, right? There's going to be exceptions. Could go here or play rook c1. Just try to break everything up there. Let's do this one because it looks a little more interesting. Black is totally stacked up on the c file, but there's not a whole lot to attack down that file as of now. So I think it should be okay for me. Check out the game Winter versus Capablanca. Classic game. That actually shows how you can sometimes effectively trap the enemy bishop if you can play like the g5 or g4 move successfully. It's a famous game. It's from like, I don't know, 1912 or something. 1919, actually, I think. All right. Let's take, I guess we're just going to trade here. Big time scramble situation. Take. There is this move, but I guess I can bring this back if needed. All right, time scramble situation. Thanks for the game, Ilya. Just played a little too slow in the middle game. We were both playing kind of slow, though. I think you were okay. Yeah, no problems. Bishop a3 might actually be a little ambitious. I should probably go rook c1 and try to trade here because I think, yeah, you might be ever so slightly better at this point. I was wondering about rook c2 towards the end because these pieces are under fire. I would have to bring this back. Looks like this is almost dead equal according to the engine. Yeah, you played fine, though. You played solid. You didn't really bite on the b4 stuff. I got a little bit of a space edge on the queen side, but you kept her cool. So pretty good game. Thank you. Okay, Ergom, 1816. We're down the home stretch here. We'll probably get maybe 3, possibly 4 games in, including this one. Good luck, Ergom. Thanks to the Lichess mods, by the way, before I forget. I always want to mention that. Okay, Ergom is not here. Let's go on to another game. Just, Lichess patron, good luck to you. Our third game against one another. GL. E4. Okay, so you guys want me to play a hippo or a modern? Let's try it. There's a guy, he's a Finnish grandmaster, or at least he has the Finnish flag in his profile, who like schools me in these positions. He always plays hippo against me, and I don't really know how to combat him. Also, yesterday in that match, Magnus was playing the hippo pretty effectively. Okay, I'm playing more modern style. E6, I guess, would be more of a hippo approach. Let's play it like this. Yes, that's right, Yuho. Yep, that's him. Now we're going to do a little center fork trick. Knight takes e4, d5. This is the problem with putting the bishop on c4, actually, in this line. You can run into this. John, what would you recommend to get above a level of an average CM around 2,500 on Lichess and Blitz. Seems there is no progress for me in the last years. I mean, that's a pretty good level. I would definitely recommend working with a coach or trying to find a stronger player than you to analyze some games. Because at that level, you probably have some pretty specific issues. So I can't really give blanket advice that would be meaningful to you. I'd have to know a lot more about you. Okay, let's challenge here. I don't think I'm afraid of this move. It's another one of those knight takes f7 things that looks better than it actually is. Take. So I'm up a pawn here because white didn't get the pawn back from that knight takes e4 operation. I feel like Magnus would play this move, so let's do it. Cramp white a little bit. I kind of want to get rid of this bishop. It's annoying. It's definitely irritating there. Hard to do, though. I could go here. Looks so ugly from a structural standpoint. Let's play it, though. How often do you get to establish triple isolated pawns voluntarily? Maybe I can use them as a weapon. Like e5 or... I was thinking queen d5 is kind of annoying, so let's try it. Someone's got to do John a favor and upset him so he's a strong 2,500 rather than a weak 2,600. Exactly, Sobels. Sobels has been paying attention. You are absolutely correct. Okay, let's threaten mate in 1. All right. Maybe this. Combining attack and defense. Like, there's some ideas of this, and also I'm kind of holding up h5. I can take it with a pawn. Are these Irish pawns? Yes, they are. That is correct. Now, I could take this, but I can also just play this move, right? Because that's a pretty severe threat of queen check and then taking on b2. I think there's only like one decent move here for white. Everything else seems to just lose without a fight. Let's see if white finds it. Yeah, I think white had to play queen c2 there. Because this is just going to be checkmate. Okay, GG. Let's see. Queen c2. I think the only move. Hey, not even that bad if you play queen c2. Possibly rook b5 is not the best move. It's up there. But yeah, I got to find that. Queen c2 to try to block the check. Wants me to keep swinging here, c5. So, yeah, thanks to the game, Jost. Now, this center fork thing, you don't have to panic. Like, you can drop your bishop back and then take and win the pawn back. You will lose one of your minor pieces back, but that's fine because you're up a minor piece. But you do want to recover one of the pawns. So that's probably the better way to do it. You could also think about playing, like whenever this happens, you can always think about playing bishop takes f7, guys. That kind of weakens the king. The downside is you don't have the bishop pair and you're facing like 2 versus 1 in the center. But know that that's an option as well. Still looks very scary after queen c2. I agree. Yeah, it did. Okay, thanks for the game, Jost. Let's play another one here. Alexei. Yeah, I saw you in there. Good luck to you. Good luck, good luck. What if you play the third game with the same player who just cancels and play with new player? Well, sometimes people will get lucky and get multiple games in a Lichess plays. Doesn't happen too often, though. All right, I got to go for my Gingy Indian. Okay, Alexei is not cooperating, though. Doesn't allow me to play it. Very sad. Why was the game rated against Just? They must have challenged me rated. I don't actually care whether you challenge me to casual or rated. So if you want a shot at my rating, feel free. My blitz rating has been taking a nosedive recently, by the way. I played a Lichess Super Blitz Arena and I got wrecked. And I also tried to pause the tournament and I didn't realize one of my games had started. It was against an 1800, so like I insta forfeited that game and lost all the rating points too. It was rough. So feel free to feast on the carcass of my blitz rating. I was close to 2700, I think. I've been building against you guys in Lichess plays every week, but now I'm in the 2600 doldrums. That 1800, so I beat an IM today. Yeah. Those arenas are an accelerated rating reset. Yeah, it's tough. It's very tough in those arenas. Absolutely. Let's just expand. I'm kind of tempted to target this pawn, but I think expanding in the center makes more sense. John, what is your over the board rating? My FIDE rating is 2446. 2446, I believe. My US Chess Federation is like 2500 something, low 2500s. Probably people care more so about the FIDE rating. So, yeah, mid 2400s. All right. I'm liking this position. How do I increase the pressure? I feel like my chances are going to be on the king side. Something like this. White's kind of cramped. I could try to attack on the queen side, but I don't see too many inroads over here. So let's just keep our head down. I would expect white to play f3. Try to get the knight out of their face. But I'm probably going to have some decent opportunities coming up. Here, maybe? Feels a little squirrely. Let's play this move first. John, do you see a time when FIDE ratings will be less important than online ratings? I think that could definitely happen. I also think it's quite possible at some point you might be able to get a title, like a legit FIDE title, not like Arena Grandmaster or something, but a traditional title by playing online and playing like normal events online. I think we're a fair ways off from that, but if FIDE's still around in the coming decades and still like relevant, I think they should look into that direction. All right, I'm really trying to get through with my pawns here. I'm willing to sack something to do it. Cheating is an issue for that, though. Yeah, absolutely. But I think the positives of allowing for that sort of thing would outweigh the cheating aspect, the negatives associated with that. But detection methods and penalties have to evolve to make it legit. Because I think it makes sense. I mean, pursuing a title is a very costly endeavor, certainly financially, but it's also time intensive. It's not fair to people who have less disposable income or live in countries where it's harder to travel, get visas. So I think embracing, in the spirit of Gens Una Sumus, which is the FIDE motto, in the spirit of like embracing full access to opportunities for everyone, I think they should really go the online route, despite all the challenges with that. All right, thanks for the game, Alexei. So I think this started to unravel for you around here, maybe, because your pawns got pretty weak. Sometimes when you're getting stormed and one side has a big space advantage, there's a tendency to want to like meet their pawns with your pawns. But I think you should sit tight here. It's not the most pleasant position, though. You're definitely worse. But I think if you stay tight, you might have a chance at defending. But yeah, some of these pawn pushes, not going to say I played perfect, but some of these pawn pushes seem to give me opportunities further. And I guess this was probably the final straw. Probably got to take on e3 and hope for the best here. Okay, thanks for the game. Yeah, I think if black plays c5 against you, you should probably play d5 and go for this Benoni / Jobava London stuff. This is the way to play. Otherwise, I think I can justify having pushed the c pawn and trading it for a center pawn. Thanks for the game. All right, I think we're going to make our next game the last one of the day, folks. We got about 5 minutes left. Let's do it. Blindfold game coming right up. This is not going to be a glitch. I'm going to play a game without sight of the board. If you want to see the pieces moving, go to Lichess, lichess.org, and follow Fins. You can actually like click on your profile and replace in the URL your username with mine, Fins, F-I-N-S, and you're going to see the pieces. Don't laugh at me if I blunder. I blundered a rook last week. So if I blunder a rook against Hunter 1998, rated 1804, do not laugh at me. Good luck, Hunter. It's going to bruise my ego. Are you there, Hunter? It's your move. Hunter 2. Let's go. All right. I guess Hunter's not there. Oh, no. No, 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 no. And okay, this is casual. This is going to be tough. German gangster. Oh, man. I got to do it. I got to try. This player, I remember, nearly beat me when I had sight of the board. Oh, boy. This is going to be real difficult, guys. All right, full focus. Can you slow down, German gangster, please? Okay, I'm up a pawn for now. He is pre-moving. He knows if he gets me in time pressure, it's all over. I'm done. Okay, but I think he already made a mistake. Maybe my opponent can get the pawn back, but I'm not going to make it easy on them in doing so. He's slowing down now. Well, you didn't expect D takes E5? Come on. What'd you want me to do? Hunter 2 is an old school meme? Yeah. Every time I see a username with Hunter in it, I always think of Hunter 2. That is a very old school meme, though. You're right. Okay, now I was going to go here. D5. D5. Pawn to David 5. Okay, I could go 93. Don't know how much I like that move, though. H3, maybe. I don't want to spend too much time here. Knight BD2. Okay, let's go 93. So I again have the Irish pawns, the triple isolated. Play C6. Okay, let's go C4. His bishop's not on E6, right? Okay, so let's take. Knight D7, all right. How about this now? I'm always scared putting the queen in somewhere deep like that. But I think that's fine. His rook is on E8. Trying to watch the time situation closely. Ideally, I'd be up like 20, 30 seconds here. Queen A5. Okay. E6. Just bring this over. Okay. Take. Okay. He's a little messed up on the back rank now. Let's go here, guard. Yeah, I guess he's going to work out of it, though. Okay, we'll take. Let's give a check. Oh, that's not check? Wait, what's in the way? Oh, he's on E8. Ah, obviously. Okay. I was like, what am I talking about? Yeah, now I'm probably in some trouble here. Yeah, I think I'm in trouble. Gonna take a A2. What's the material situation? Not quite sure, actually. I think it might be even. Shoot. I have to let him take that, I guess. Got that pawn overextended. Wait, is this... I'm within the square of that pawn. Did he miscalculate that? King D6? Where are my pawns at? Oh, I don't have that pawn. Nah, I'm losing. Yeah. Oh, I only had the H pawn left. Yeah, I lost sight of the position roundabout like here. But I think I'm worse at this point in this endgame. Yeah. Probably Rook H8. GG, German gangster. I lose my streak. Irish pawn's not worth it. I don't know what to play here. This is a pretty precise position. I'm better, but knight A3 is a tough move. I did also think about knight CD2, but I didn't see, in the case of this, like how I'd actually punish them. How does this work? Oh, knight back to C4 at the end. I saw knight F3, but then that blocks the bishop. I didn't think this was anything special. That's tricky. Yeah, and this is maybe still a little bit better for me, but I don't think I played it so well here. Yeah, he played well. He played well. German gangster's tough. Okay, I'll have to keep that in mind, like this knight c4 idea, some of the tricks associated with this. Because e5 is not good. It didn't feel good, but I didn't figure out the best way to punish it. Knight a3 is not even a move I considered. Well, thank you, Ben. Yeah, thank you for watching. Alas, my streak ends, but it's good for the competition and giving you guys hope if I lose a game every once in a while on Lichess plays. I don't want you guys to come in demoralized before Lichess plays even starts each week. So you need heroes like German Gangster to support the chat, support the challengers. Thank you, Dave Bees. Yeah, so congrats to German Gangster. Let's tell him GG. He might not even be there, but I did break pawn structure rules. Yes, absolutely. All right. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Appreciate it. that was Lichess plays for the week. And yeah, I won't be around next week. Oh, looks like we got a raid going on. Cool. Thanks, No Joke Chess. Shout out to No Joke Chess. You all have a good week. And yeah, make sure you use all the features on Lichess and consider supporting as well. You can get the wings next to your name and support an awesome site. All right. Take care, everyone. Be well. I'll see you guys later.